Hello all YouTubers, I am the Weather Dude. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning back into this first snowfall forecast for August 26, 2020. Before I get on with today's video, however, if you guys want to stay up to date with the latest forecast and best forecast from the Weather Dude, then please, every single one of you that is not subscribed, please click the subscribe and the ring and the notification bell so you guys stay up to date with the latest The Weather Dude content. And also, please watch the whole video. Thank you guys so much, by the way, for 1,000 subscribers. It really does mean a lot to me. And this is taking the next step towards monetization. So please watch the whole video. It really does help out my channel a lot. And also, please give this video a like and share this with your friends. Thank you. Now let's get on with today's video. Now today, I'm going to be providing you guys with a map that predicts first snowfall. Now this is when to expect your first snowfall, okay? So I'm not saying this is when you are going to see your first snowfall, and this is what's going to happen. No, okay? This will be a prediction for the first snowfall for this fall and winter of 2020 through 2021. Thank you guys again so much for 1,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate it. And if you ring the bell notifications and subscribe, you will be notified when Jones RMJ and I do our 1,000 subscriber special. He wanted to celebrate with me since we're good friends, and we wanted to celebrate me hitting 1,000 subscribers. So stay notified for when we do that later on today. But anyway, let's jump right into it. So I'm gonna be showing you my first snowfall forecast. But before I do, I wanted to get into some into some maps and resources to kind of help me make my decisions. Okay, this was done through a lot of research and work. So again, this is what an ENSO neutral winter looks like, and I'll be showing you the Niña 3-4 predictions like I do in my hurricane season discussion videos. Okay, now if we happen to have an ENSO neutral winter, which is one of our possibilities, even though we may have a La Nina during the fall months, a suggestion would dip down through the northern plains, through the northeast, okay, and therefore bringing some colder air in these areas shaded in blue. But then there's also the subtropical jet that comes through and could potentially merge with the jet stream and produce some big low pressure systems that could bring a lot of rain or snow depending on where the track lines up. But south of that polar jet, we have some warm and wet conditions for the southeast. We have some warmer conditions for the southwest, okay? And where the subtropical jet and jet stream polar jet kind of merge, sometimes they merge off the coast and we get coastal nor'easters. But another potential for our winter is going to be La Nina. We know El Nino is definitely out of the question here. It's off the table. But here is La Nina. Now, La Nina, it's a little bit similar, all right? Well, depending on what region you live in, it may be very different, actually. So you got your blocking high pressure over here. You have your jet stream that dips down, but it doesn't really dip to the mid-Atlantic. The dip occurs farther to the west. The colder air is all in the northern plains, through Canada and Alaska, right? Like in places like Alberta, Canada as well. The southeast, instead of being, especially the Gulf Coast, instead of being warmer and wetter, we are now warm and dry. Okay, and the southwest is dry and warm. We got some wetter conditions for the northwest. This is what typically happens during a La Nina pattern. The Ohio Valley is wetter with sort of average temperatures, and then the Mid-Atlantic is a little bit potentially warmer as well. So it all kind of depends on where you line up. Now this is a look at how kind of our Niña 3-4 region has evolved. As you can see, we started off January, February, March in a very, very weak El Nino. Quickly dropped into a neutral phase by April, all right, which is why our hurricane season is so active. April, May, and look at June, all right? Pretty soon we should be getting a July map, okay, in here. But you can see for June that we dropped to -0.2, which is a neutral pattern. And once it starts to get past 0.5, maybe down 0.6 and beyond, that's where we start to enter La Nina status. But again, it has to stay there for a couple or a few consecutive months. If it just dropped there once and come back up, we can't consider that a La Nina because it didn't stay there long enough. Now here is our Climate Prediction Center probabilistic ENSO outlook. And as you can see, look at the chances that we have, okay? Now, La Nina chances are higher. You can see that, yes. But it might change as we head through wintertime. So here's August. As you can see, La Nina neutral chances are kind of like half and half. We are in a neutral pattern still. September, October, November, and December, and even January, we're pretty certain the chances are higher than 50%, and the ENSO neutral and El Nino chances are well below 50%. So we're pretty confident that September through January could potentially result in a La Nina pattern. But, all right, February our chances start to drop off, and by March and April, the ENSO neutral chances go through the roof almost compared to El Nino or La Nina. So maybe a neutral pattern at the end of the winter and beginning of spring. So maybe the East Coast could get those nor'easters during the springtime. That is certainly a possibility. Now here is some of the modeling here, again from IRI and CPC, and as you can see, during like October, November, December, January, we're definitely in a La Nina, but notice how we come back up to a neutral status by March and April. All right, so maybe a La Nina and then a neutral transition. It can go a couple ways. We could have a La Nina first and then comes back to neutral. We could have a neutral winter all season long, through winter and through spring, because we were predicting July was going to be La Nina, it stayed neutral. August was supposed to be La Nina, and we're still neutral in August. So it's taken a little while, but I think we're slowly diving into a La Nina here. I think slowly but surely we are. Also, some of the modeling does predict we might jump back into a neutral or El Nino. All right, a few of the models say that, and also, but the main models here, the red, the green, and the blue, definitely do agree with each other. And those are the CPC console, DYN average, and the stat average. All right, so those are kind of like your three main models. Then you have also your other spaghetti models. One of them, among one of these, is actually the European model. I couldn't exactly tell you where it is. It could be this. No, that's actually the wrong one. But European model is in there somewhere. But all the models are, a good chunk of the models do agree with each other. And that's good in determining, it gives us a little bit more certainty in our forecast. But we know that these models can change at any given point in time. Now let's get into the first snowfall forecast. So as you can see, anywhere shaded in this gray region, okay, we'll see, are most likely, okay, again, this isn't a guarantee, this is a prediction, we'll see snowfall at some point, okay? We have the possibility to see snowfall at some point anywhere shaded in gray, which includes about 90% of the country, probably except for the Florida coastline, okay, this does include the Sierra Nevada mountains, okay, the extreme southern part of Arizona, the non-mountainous regions in Arizona, as well as the southern parts of Texas, okay, most if not all of Louisiana, southern parts of Mississippi, Alabama and Georgia, and South Carolina, and pretty much all the state of Florida. Like I said, this could be moved a tad bit farther to the south, but again, if we have a La Nina winter, especially to start off, this reduces the chances for the southeast to see snow by a lot. Now, anywhere shaded in this light blue color has the possibility to see snowfall before January 1st. Okay, it does include the same amount of regions pretty much, but it kind of lifted a little bit farther to the north. So Arizona kind of lifted a little bit farther to the north, but still includes the Sierra Nevada and California, obviously, because they see snow a lot. But we did lift the line a little bit farther north, so it doesn't really include like Dallas anymore and OKC. This excludes the southeastern part of Missouri. Still the Smoky Mountain regions could see some snow before January 1st as well. Maybe not southeastern Virginia and North Carolina. But still, in the northern mid-Atlantic, points north to the northeast. Talk about the Ohio Valley points north, the central northern plains points north, all right, and also the Rocky, the mountainous regions and the Rocky Mountains could see snowfall before January 1st. I apologize, I forgot to label this one, so it's on the right side of your screen. So we could see snow before December 1st. Who could see snow before December 1st? Well, possibility exists for the mountainous areas in Washington, Oregon, Sierra Nevada, and California, obviously. Mountainous regions in Nevada, obviously non-mountainous regions like Las Vegas, most likely not. Western parts of Utah, all right, maybe the mountainous regions in Arizona, New Mexico are included in this as well. Still northern plains, places like Duluth, Minneapolis, because he's still before December 1st. Sorry about that, I must have got rid of the label. But yes, snow before December 1st. I accidentally got rid of the label. Stupid me, right? All right, anyway. So through Wisconsin, through Michigan, all right, so we could see snow before December 1st. Still down the Appalachian Mountains, I think we do have the possibility, okay, especially if we get the good warm and cold air combining setup and some moisture thrown in there. I think it could certainly happen. New England as well, northern, northeast, and New England could certainly see snowfall before December 1st. Now this one I did label. I remember to label this one. And any one of these purple regions, it's pretty localized. And these are the regions that can see snowfall before November 1st. Okay, and most of these locations, 95% of these locations, or 98%, are sort of like in the mountainous regions, okay? This includes mountainous regions, again, Washington and Oregon and ski country up there, Sierra Nevada. This also includes the mountainous regions like near Boise, Idaho, mountainous regions at your town, all right, down through Colorado, through like Denver, maybe in the mountainous regions just outside of Denver as well. Cheyenne, Wyoming, possibility, Billings, Montana, could see snowfall before November 1st. Also, places like Duluth, Minnesota, Marquette, Michigan are both included in that. And finally, kind of like just north of Albany, extreme northern New York, upstate New York, northern Vermont, northern New Hampshire, and through north and western Maine. Around Jackman, Maine, that's a place that potentially see some snowfall before November 1st. And anywhere, like in the Rocky Mountain regions, I think even highlighted in black here, some of the isolated regions within that purple shade in here could even see snow during the month of October, maybe before October 1st. Because we have seen snow in September in the Rocky Mountain locations as well. Now, I have showed you this in my first winter 2020-2021 forecast. Hopefully, if you guys have watched it, if you haven't, please consider watching it after this video. All right, so this is a weak La Niña. Typically, what does it provide for us? Well, you can see that this is the weak La Niña precipitation. As you can see, above average precipitation, like I said, for the Ohio Valley, maybe even down to the southeast. But remember that much of the southeast and the southeast coast, mid-Atlantic, are probably drier. This is climatologically from all the La Niña years that I've taken that I could potentially fit in here. All right, also, southern plains, southwest are dry, and the northwest is above average precipitation. And if we have above average precipitation and below average temperatures, that could result in more snowfall. Now, how about the temperatures? All right, you can see the La Niña, this does definitely show. Like I said, ENSO neutral, we would see colder air through the mid-Atlantic as well, but it's kind of lifted northwest in the La Niña. So the cold air is focused in on the northern plains, or even Montana as well, which is a rocky state. So Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, and Minnesota, even Wisconsin, are some states that could really see temperature anomalies, maybe 2 to 4, averaging out the whole winter, maybe 2 to 4 degrees Fahrenheit below average. Okay, and remember, this is climatologically what we see. Also, some slightly cooler temperatures for the entire western third of the United States. The only warm spot that I can point out is the extreme southern mid-Atlantic and the southeast coast, as well as the Gulf Coast, where maybe a half degree upwards of 1.5 degrees above average. Also, northeast and New England, slightly cooler than average in a La Niña. This is what we've been seeing climatologically. Now, keep in mind, this is a weak La Niña. Strong to moderate, or moderate to strong La Niña could see some different effects. Now, what does the ENSO neutral do for our precipitation? Well, for the mid-Atlantic, Ohio Valley, and parts of the interior southeast, some above average precipitation. Meanwhile, a place like Illinois, Iowa, maybe down through the central and southern plains, maybe some below average precipitation. Same for the west coast, because again, in a neutral pattern, the gesturing kind of goes down like this. All right, so we might see some weather, and also the subtropical jet comes in like this. So weather conditions for the southeast, but that subtropical jet could potentially miss the southern plains and especially the west coast. So that's why the west coast could see some drier times. And because of these, what would you call them, the Alberta Clippers that could be coming through potentially, that would make the northwest, or at least the Rocky region, the interior parts of the Rockies, because of the Alberta Clippers, maybe some above average precipitation for you. Now, ENSO neutral for our temperatures, the entire United States is either average to slightly below average temperatures, with the exception of Florida. Basically all but a couple counties in Florida, slightly above average, upwards of a half a degree above average for the state of Florida. But other than that, everybody is below average, has below average temperatures, except for Alabama and Georgia, which see average temperatures pretty much for the entire state. But other than that, you can see colder conditions, northeast, mid-Atlantic, Ohio Valley, central southern plains, southwest United States, even the northwest. And the cold is emphasized. Okay, we see the most amount of cold air in the northern plains, just like in a La Niña. So they got a pretty good shot to see some cold temperatures this winter. So prepare up there. Prepare in like the Dakotas, Minnesota. We can see definitely some colder times. Before I ended this video, I just want to go through a couple more maps with you guys real quick to kind of show you the Niña 3-4 region, because that is crucial to determining what we could be seeing this winter. All right. So as you can see now, as opposed to the CFS model forecast, which is, by the way, just released on August 24th, they kind of predict a deeper plunge in La Niña, and it does come back up. But like I said, it may not lead, it may go on an uptrend, but it may not enter neutral in time for the winter months. All right, look over to the right side of your screen. Okay, I'll even zoom in for you guys real quick. All right, actually, I don't think I can zoom in. All right, but I will address here September, October, November. So this is October. You can see La Nina. This is November. Okay, December, January. Then February, March, April. It's gonna be close. It starts to wean off, but we still may be in a La Nina pattern. So that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you guys so much. Again, don't forget to for 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the support. So keep subscribing and ringing the bell notifications. Share this video with your friends, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I am the Weather Dude, signing off till next time. Catch you guys in the next video.